state's Ethics Commission released its report on what they found in the Assemblyman Vito Lopez sexual harassment case. The matter was settled last year after the state paid more than $100,000 to two of the alleged victims. Tonight, we know what they say happened. Our Capitol correspondent Pat Bailey went through the report. He joins us now live from our Albany bureau. Hiya, Pat.
Well, Greg, new since 5 o'clock, Vito Lopez has sent an email to the media stating that he is innocent. Now, part of it reads, quote, "There is an all-out war against an ailing senior member. One must wonder why the actions in this matter were addressed without due process. Mr. Lopez looks forward to a hearing where all the facts are openly discussed and reviewed." End quote. In the meantime, a 70-page document alleges several years of sexual harassment from Lopez towards 4 of his female staffers. It states the assemblyman made dozens of advances toward them, and when they did not comply, he demoted them and sometimes berated them in public. Here's what the Joint Commission on Public Ethics found. The report said Lopez used his office to engage in knowing, willful, and prolonged mistreatment of certain female members of his assembly staff. It said the reward was not for personal financial gain, but to indulge his personal whims and desires. By this conduct, Lopez indisputably breached the public trust and thereby violated the public officer's law. An email in the report states from one staffer, quote, "I never wanted to be alone in a room with him." And one example of the harassment, Lopez allegedly giving one of the 4 women $50 in cash and telling them to go purchase a low-cut blouse. Now, in response to this report, the head of the League of Women Voters says although it is disturbing, it's good to have it out in the open, and the next step should be a resignation.
But this man is not fit to hold public office.
But Vito Lopez has continued to hold on to his assembly seat, where he is now joined by a male staffer while on the floor. However, this year could be it for Lopez in Albany, as he is now running for a city council seat in New York. The League of Women Voters sees the move as running from his troubles.
We know enough to know that this man should never again be an elected official. Certainly, they can censure him here and ask that he resign, and I think he probably should have resigned a long time ago.
The report on Lopez comes out 8 months after JCOPE started it. It was around the same time the state of New York paid 2 of the alleged victims $103,000 to keep the matter out of court. Now, looking back, it's money Barbara Bartoletti sees as questionable.
I would have to talk to the Speaker about exactly why that $103,000. Was it a settlement, and was it assumed that he would stop the behavior? Or, and considering that apparently he didn't, then that may have not been money well spent.
A consulting firm I talked with earlier today who specializes women in the workplace matters told me that Lopez likely would not have faced charges if the matter were not settled out of court, because they told me in most cases the complainant would go after the employer, and in this case that would have been the state of New York. Now, a little more from the 3-page email from Lopez in response to the allegations. Part of it reads, more than 18 letters from former staff and Assemblyman Lopez attesting to the quality of work office and professionalism and staff performances were submitted, but none of those were made reference in this report. You can read not only the report, but you can read Vito Lopez's response on our website, cbs6albany.com. For now, we're live in the Albany Bureau. Pat Bailey, CBS 6 News.